It's just too much going on. This whole year has been so much going on. There's people dying left and right. Diddy in jail. Baby oil done went up. Gas prices going up. Bitches going on strike. Then you got Auntie Helen. Made it rain in Atlanta. Then let motherfucking Milton go from a motherfucking halfway house. Now they gotta evacuate Florida. They talking about Milton is strong, motherfucker, too. He's strong. He's strong. He knocking hoes out. Boom, boom, taking roofs out. Y'all think it's a party? I told y'all get that wrong. Y'all knew it was motherfucking serious when the old man started crying. And he was the reporter for TV. He was the news reporter. He started crying like if it was Friday the 13th. And Milton was Michael Myers, baby. The lady said, hey, if you don't evacuate, you will die. On TV, hold on now, bitch. I need a cup of coffee. Let me think about it. I just paid rent, car, no insurance. I ain't got enough gas for this.
Was he lying though? Good morning. What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? JQ, how are you? I'm doing great. This morning, man. Yes, we on episode number 33. Yeah. I'm happy today, y'all. As usual, I've been up today. I haven't had any errands to run, but y'all know I do hair. So I got hair to do later on. Other than that, I'm just here with you. Oh, yeah, I got to schedule me a haircut appointment because I'll be getting me a haircut in the morning. Y'all been thugging it out with me. But I told y'all already, I'm not one of those pretty boy type dudes. I don't be giving a fuck about no haircut for real. To me, I love my blackness. I love all the untamedness of it all. So I be thugging it out. So once a month, I'll probably get a haircut just to get one. Because sometimes I don't be feeling it. Like now, I'm like, I gotta get all this shaped up and cleaned up and stuff, But I love my hair. I love everything about me. But I'll be getting me a haircut tomorrow. So I'm going to be setting me up a haircut appointment today. So we're going to go ahead and get into the first topic. As we all should know by now, there's a Category 5 hurricane on the way to Florida. The biggest impacts are Fort Myers and Tampa. They're going to get hit with it the worst. So a lot of people have been instructed to evaluate, leave, and, find shelter elsewhere. I told y'all yesterday, we was talking about FEMA and what those funds actually go to. And I said I was going to go do a little research, and I did. I did a little research, and I'm going to update y'all on what's going on with the Hurricane Milton and the FEMA funds. Us black people, we don't really be knowing shit for knowing, like, we know stuff through word of mouth, but we ain't really went and looked up a lot of shit. And I'm going to say that. I'm not saying all black people, but a good number of black people go off of gossip. They don't really be knowing exactly what shit be. So, including myself, that's why I be going to, find some sources and get some insight on what's what. So I did go and find out some insight on what FEMA is and how the funds are distributed and how they're used. And it had me on the edge about this at first because I had heard that they were giving out $700+ for people who were affected by the hurricane. And so yesterday when I come in, I was like, $700 and some dollars, that's not a lot of money. When y'all over here giving millions and millions to everywhere else in Ukraine and stuff like that. That's not fair. So that's how we ended up getting on the topic and covering it. So I went and did a little research. FEMA announced a $9 billion shortfall for Hurricane Helene recovery. The same day, the U.S. gave $8.7 billion in weapons to Israel. But y'all ain't got the money. On September 26th, FEMA administration Deanne Criswell updated reporters on the forecast for supporting communities suffering from Hurricane Helene's damage and said, "We are already through INF immediately need funding. 9 billion, close to 9 billion in projects that we have put on hold that we can't reimburse communities for." The majority of Americans, 61%, according to June CBS News poll, support cutting off weapons to Israel. They are tired of seeing their tax dollars fund Israel war crimes against Palestine and Lebanon, while millions of Americans suffer for lack of investment here. Also, Ukraine. What about the Americans that need the help? So we're going to move right along and see what I found. So I came across this woman named Lisa Remillard. Remillard. I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to spell her, pronounce it. Remillard. I don't know. Y'all got to go look her up. But she explained this. She explained what FEMA is, where the funds come from. She spoke to someone from FEMA. So we're going to watch this and get a thorough update on FEMA, how it works, how they distribute the funds, and then we can move forward from there. Because apparently FEMA's helping, allegedly. From what I read, FEMA's doing the best they can. So let's do a little deep dive here.
FEMA really steal money out of the disaster recovery fund and reroute it to migrants, leaving the agency broke? I'm sure you've been hearing those things on the internet, and obviously you believe whoever you want. I'm not here to defend anyone, but I am here to explain the facts, how the government's budget works, and what FEMA can and cannot do. So most importantly, I want to say, all of these allegations you're hearing are politically motivated. And right now, the most important thing we can do is help the millions of Americans who have been devastated by this storm. So first and foremost, let's get our priorities straight. If you live in one of the affected disaster areas, please check with your local and state relief agencies and local charities for help. And please make sure you do apply for FEMA disaster assistance. You can do that by calling 800-621-3362, or you can go to disasterassistance.gov. If you don't have cell service or internet service, FEMA personnel are literally walking around your neighborhood signing you up in person. Remember, there are also a lot of scammers out there right now, and FEMA will never ask for money or donations, so be careful who you choose to give money and supplies to. Please make sure you are donating to a reputable charity. Okay, now back to these internet allegations. Let's start with the rumor that FEMA is out of money. That's not accurate. Now, what you probably heard was Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas say earlier this week that FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season. But what you probably didn't hear was the rest of his comment, where he emphasized there was plenty of money to deal with the current disaster, meaning Hurricane Helene. It's exactly what FEMA told me when I interviewed the spokesperson this week.
FEMA has the resources and funds to support you. I don't want anyone in the impacted states to feel that FEMA isn't going to be able to help you. We do have enough funding, we do have enough resources, and we want to make sure we get it to you. Our disaster relief fund was just replenished, and now we have the funds to be able to support you.
You just heard the disaster relief fund was just replenished. So if you were paying attention to my recent coverage of the government shutdown, you would know that just last week, Congress passed a continuing resolution to temporarily keep the government open until December 20th. And in that continuing resolution was a special $20 billion replenishment for FEMA's disaster relief fund. That's money that can be used to help these millions of victims of Hurricane Helene. Now, since it's former President Trump who has sort of brought all this up about the immigrants, I want to make it clear that all of the no votes in the House for that CR came from Republicans. 82 of them in the House voted no. That means they were also voting no to this FEMA money. By the way, the CR overwhelmingly passed with both Republican and Democrat votes in the Senate. So now let's talk more about that $20 billion. Is it enough for FEMA to get through the season through December 20th? Especially because, as I pointed out during the interview, a portion of that $20 billion was already earmarked for another group, not migrants, a portion of the earmarked money was going to victims of the Maui wildfires and the flooding in Vermont. There was a portion of that money that was already allocated for other disasters. So is that going to be enough, or is FEMA going to need more to help these people?
Right now, we feel that we have enough funding to be able to respond to this event and finish our recovery projects. But you're right. Again, come December 20th, we could be in that moment.
I know you've also been hearing that FEMA moved money out of the recovery efforts for the disaster victims and gave that money to migrants. So let's talk about how the federal budget works. The fact is, it's Congress that allocated $640 million to FEMA's Shelter and Services Program in 2024, which gives grants to local governments and nonprofits to take care of undocumented migrants across the United States. Congress allocates that money, not FEMA. And that money, which accounts for like 2% of FEMA's overall budget, is completely separate from the Disaster Recovery Fund. Those two budgets do not cross. By the way, undocumented migrants are not eligible for FEMA cash assistance programs, according to the FEMA website. Lastly, I think it's important to clarify what FEMA can actually do for people in a disaster. It's important to know they can't do anything until a state governor has declared a disaster and the president has approved that disaster. But once that's done, what can FEMA do? Is FEMA responsible for making these victims whole? Or are they responsible for just sort of getting them back on their feet and then the rest is up to them?
Yeah, so FEMA's job is to help people jumpstart their recovery. So what does that look like? That looks like helping them apply for assistance to repair their home. And there's different types of assistance that we provide people. So, for example, you're someone who is underinsured. We now are able to provide you with assistance. Let's say your home repairs and your insurance only covered a portion of what you need to cover the cost of repairing your home. You can now apply for FEMA assistance to help you with the difference in cost. We also have different types of assistance for personal property or computer assistance. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone who works from home, if you're a content creator and you had your computer ruined, you can apply for assistance from FEMA to help cover those costs. But we also have displacement assistance. Displacement assistance is if you're not able to be in your home, you're staying with friends or a hotel, and you need some money to help cover those costs. We can help pay for that as well. And then we also have serious needs assistance, which is a one-time $750 payment for those serious needs like baby formula, food, medicine, anything you need in those immediate days. And so we really want to make sure that people know there are different types of assistance for everyone and that everyone's experience is unique. So depending on what you have and what you're experiencing, we can help you with that.
I think that's a really important part of this because I remember there was a lot of backlash during the Hawaii wildfires when that $750 one-time payment assistance came up and everybody thought, well, that's it? FEMA's just giving these people $750 and that's it? What you're saying is it's a continuum. It's not just that. It's multiple different things depending on how you're actually impacted, at least through FEMA.
Yes, that's exactly right.
I know. That was kind of long and drawn out. I allowed it to go all the way through because I think it's important for us to actually know. She spoke with someone from, shout out to Miss Lisa. I love how you broke that down for all of us to understand what is going on and how the media is portraying the rumors. So thank you for doing that. I let it go all the way through because I think it's very important for us to actually know and not gossip. Now that we know, FEMA received $20 billion. A portion of that was already going to two other things, Hawaii and something else. So I don't know how much that is, but then they got to work with the rest to kind of spread out through all the way to December. So we had Helen and we got Milton. So the $20 billion is taking all the money that the people need or are receiving. Is $20 billion is coming out of that $20 billion that was provided to them until December. I like that she broke this down more so that I can understand what FEMA is and what they do. That's exactly what this was for. so that we won't be running around here guessing or just going by what the media say. We kind of get a insight. Like she spoke with someone, Jacqueline Rothenberg. She's over there at Fema. So shout out to her for this. But I heard that even though FEMA's offering all this stuff, nobody's really getting no assistance. Now, I don't know how true that is, but allegedly, from what I've been seeing lately, nobody's getting from what I've been hearing lately, a lot of people are disappointed and they're not getting the help that they think they should have gotten. I'm going to let y'all hear something. A guy called in to the Breakfast Club and, had some heartfelt words for our government. And I would like for you all to hear it.
Yo, man, this Tone from Tampa, man.
Tone from Tampa. What's up, brother? How was everything out there?
It's a little light rain right now, heavy wind, but I'm going to just keep it a buck, man. This ain't where it's at, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say y'all right in the middle of it. The eye's hitting Tampa from what the map shows right now.
Man, bro, my heart, bro. I'm scared, man. And then we still recovering from Helene, and it's like, bro, I want to get this off my chest, bro. This government is playing in our faces, man. It don't matter if it's Republican or Democrat. They playing in our faces, bro. You get Ukrainians come over here, they get what they want. You get immigrants come over here, they get what they want. And you got people being denied these FEMA applications that you talking about the other day, Charlamagne. Mm-hmm. People being denied, bro. But you getting these migrants coming over here, $10,000 food stamps, bro. Fucking goddamn $5,000 cash stipends, man. Mm. This shit hurting, bro. We finna get ready to damn near die, bro. A lot of people couldn't afford to evacuate. And this government playing in our fucking face, man.
Damn. I feel for you, brother. I totally understand, my brother. Absolutely.
It don't matter what they is. Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man. They all about money, bro. None of these people care about American people, bro. This shit hurt, bro. This shit hurt, bro. People wake up every day just want to live their life, bro. And you got these fucking greedy snakes, man. You got these fucking greedy snakes. Call themselves government service people, bro. And they don't give a damn, bro. They don't give a damn about the migrants coming over here. They using them too, man. This shit ain't right, man.
You're absolutely right, my brother.
Damn, I can't wait to come back, man.
To hear what he said he can't wait till God come back. He's absolutely 100% right. Because at some point, I don't know who else can help a lot of people other than the Most High.
Well, we're praying for you, brother.
Thank y'all, man.
Try to stay as safe as possible,
yeah,
brother.
man.
And if you're in Tampa, man, if you're in Tampa, listen, y'all. Town and Country, West Tampa, Apollo Beach, Gibson, Davis Island, St. Pete, Clearwater, man, y'all get out the way, man. Get out the way. Go north, man. I don't care if you got to go to high school, elementary, whatever, man. Get out the way, please.
All right,
y'all be blessed, man.
Yeah, do what you can to stay safe, brother. And when it's all said and done, we're going to see what we can do to help relief down there, man.
Absolutely.
And you don't edit nothing, Eddie. I want everybody. Well, of course, you got to bleep the curse words, but I want people to hear exactly how people on the ground feel.
Yeah, I almost cried.
That's everyday working class people on the ground. You can't lie to them.
But that's how he feels, and that's what people have been saying for the longest.
It just sounds like he's preparing to possibly not make it.
That man don't want to hear about no statistics. He don't want to hear about no data. He don't want to hear about none of that. He is on the ground, 10 toes down, real life experience. That's what politicians don't want you to see. Those are the people politicians not talking to.
Those are the people that they need to talk to. And you see how he feels. He feels like, look, I live here. I work here. I pay my taxes here, and there is no help.
And he don't care about no Democrat. He don't care about no Republican. He don't care about no Trump. He don't care about no Vice President Kamala Harris. All he cares about is surviving.
Him and his family.
Who's going to help him survive?
That's right.
And as of now, nobody has.
That was heartfelt to me because it's true. They paint these nice pictures online and they show us this and they tell us that. When on the ground, Those are lies. Who told you that? When they say the economy is so great under the Biden administration. Who told you that? That is a lie. Because I'm down here on the ground with real people. And there are real people struggling. Real people can't pay their rent. Real people can't afford food. Our economy is going down and inflation is going up. That man is telling the truth. He's trying to survive. You can hear it in his voice. He's fearing for his life. He's fearing for his life. And like he said, FEMA's not even accepting these applications or approving them like they should be. Allegedly. I fear for Americans like him. We have not seen nobody but Obama. Obama's the only president that I saw, that I felt had all Americans' backs, not just white, blacks, Hispanic, migrants. He had everybody's back and best interest at heart. Under the Trump administration, I didn't struggle at all. I ate great for 4 years. Sure did. I finally got to see a little light. And then under Biden's administration, things have been declining. And more lies, fabricated stories instead of the truth have been presented to us. It's going to come a time where everybody in society is not going to allow the media to lie anymore. The truth needs to start being presented. These people are wanting for help. Y'all show everything else about Trump this and Trump that. Like he said, show real people who are hurting, who y'all are actually helping. We want to see it. We want to see a good, vast number of those people. In all shades and colors. And from different walks of life. All those Americans that need help, they need help now, not tomorrow. And y'all have money to give away to Ukraine. Y'all have money to give away to Israel and all these other places where you have people here that need help now. My thoughts and my prayers go out to everyone who's been affected by these hurricanes. Everybody's life who's been affected out there, I'm praying for you all. I know this FEMA thing was kind of long today, but I had to take a little time out to talk about it so that we know what we're up against. All right, y'all, we're going to move right along. I'm praying for y'all. Y'all still apply for the assistance. For people out there that need assistance, still apply. Pray. I just watched something with Jacqueline, the lady over there at FEMA. And she said that those funds are available for there are various different types of funds available. Go apply for the ones that fit you and pray that one of those funds come through for you. And also those who can get out. I know if you don't have nowhere to go, if you got a car, just get in your car and drive north. Go far north as your pockets will let you go. Find a gym parking lot, Walmart, or a school that's supporting evacuees. They have places where y'all can go park. Find one of those places and park there. Get you a gym membership if you don't have one so you can go use the shower and wash your butt. You might got to sleep in your car, but you still here. You still made it. You still alive. It's better than that. You might go back and everything might not be the same, but that's for you to figure out later. Your life is important right here. So if you can, get to safety. For those who've been affected out there, I am praying for you. Dr. Umar says there'll be a civil war if Donald Trump loses the election. We're going to see what Dr. Umar got to say, and then I'm going to comment on it.
Question. Problem is Donald Trump is so popular. See, Donald Trump is a nationalist, Art. They don't want a nationalist. They don't want someone who's looking out for the best interests of America. They want someone who's looking out for the best interests of the global elites. And that is the Democrats. The question is, are they willing to cheat Trump out of the election and risk a full-scale revolt by poor white America? That's the question. That is the question. Are we willing to risk a social catastrophe if Donald Trump is cheated out of the election? In my opinion, Art, I believe he's the front runner. Even though they're reporting that Kamala has a slight edge, I'm not buying it. I believe Donald Trump is the front runner. And I believe he won the last election. I believe he beat Joe Biden, but got cheated. And it don't make a difference to me who wins, because none of them care about black folks. I want to be clear about that. But I believe he beat Joe Biden. If he gets cheated again, I don't think white America takes this laying down. I cannot see white America taking this laying down if he gets cheated again. The question is, are they willing to risk a civil war, a potential civil war in this country if he's cheated again? That's the question.
Well, y'all heard that. So do y'all think if Donald Trump don't win, that there will be a civil war? Civil war? Do y'all think that if Donald Trump don't win, there will be a civil war? Drop down in the comments and let me know. For y'all out there that do not know what a civil war is a war between organized groups within the same state or country. The aim of one side may be to take control of the country or a region to achieve independence for a region or to change government policies. That's what a civil war is. It's a war between organized groups within the same state or country. And that's what's happening. The Republican Party against the Democrat Party. And I agree with Umar. I don't know if he was cheated out last election. Just saying. But I do believe that the media is portraying to us like he's not the front runner. You know, I think the media do be lying a lot. And you know, I do think he had a chance to win. I do. And also the comment, he said if they don't win, there will be, are they willing to sacrifice a civil war against poor white America? I think so. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But is that a fight that we really wanted to fight? Like, and it ain't got to do with poor white America. It just has something to do with right and wrong. Like, but we got to sit back and see what color the wall gonna be. Dr. Umar has a point. If Trump do not win, I do have a feeling that there will be a civil war between Democrat and Republican, because they're going to feel like, here we are again, and people not respecting our Constitution. Yeah, they playing in government. They not being fair. I'm registered to vote. In November, when election day comes, I will be in line and I will be voting. I don't know who I'm voting for yet, but I know I'm not voting for Trump. He said he was giving cops immunity, and I'm not with that. You're not giving no cops immunity on my watch. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not with that. I've watched the cops do people wrong, especially someone in my family who I care dearly about. I've watched the cops lie on him. I watched nothing be done to those cops for lying. So, I've seen many cops lie on people. Tell lies and set people up. Manipulate situations so that people can go to jail. No, I will not be voting for you, Donald Trump, just based off of that. I will be over here voting, though. I will be over here voting. Y'all remember Shawnee marrying that pastor? His name Keon. Keon Henderson. So he hit the blogs this morning. And it says, Keon Henderson says, there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor, like the blessing you receive when you tithe. You help them, but you don't help yourself. I'm going to hear what he got to say, y'all. You know, and then we're going to give our analysis. I ain't heard none of it. I don't know what they're talking about. I saw people going in on him, but I ain't really pay attention. Paying attention now.
Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help your Bible. Charity does not bring wealth. What? Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna preach on it.
Now I didn't want to really cover this, y'all, cause I'd rather go listen at the whole thing, like the whole thing in its entirety, not just the clickbait version. Because we don't know, maybe there was a message before, after he said this that made sense, that tied it all together. But we're going to comment off of what he said. He said, giving charity doesn't bless you back, doesn't multiply. You just giving to charity. Tithes and offering is for you. Okay, let me say this. I was raised that tithe and offer is something that you can give yourself to. Like there's some type of ministry that you can offer the church, that ushering or singing in the choir or driving the church van or cutting the church grass, or these are things that you can do to contribute your time to the church that you necessarily can't give no money, but I'm giving my time. That is another way to tithe and offer. That's called tithe and offerings. You gave a percentage of something. It don't necessarily have to be money. Or it could be money. Let's say you want to plant a seed and you make a sacrifice to God. And you pray on that. I made a sacrifice for something bigger. And you pray on it and it grows. That's what I was taught. So if I'm going to really dissect what he's saying and not get so technical, he's telling the truth. Like, let's say there are things in life that you haven't worked on, right? Which is a lot of people. They don't never really work on stuff. They just continue to live life. There are things that you really need to work on to get you as a person, your spirit and everything right. But let's say you was walking down the street and let's say your attitude real nasty. That's one thing you got to work on. You got a real nasty attitude. Real nasty. And you're walking down the street and you're on the phone with that nasty attitude, but you see someone homeless and you decide to give them $20, right? And then later on, a day later or two later, you go to church. And you just go to church and then you go home. You didn't tithe and then you just came to church. And then you say, I'm going to get blessed. Because I gave some, I'm going to continue to be blessed because I be blessing others in other ways. I be blessing folks in other ways. but your attitude still nasty. I kind of get what he's saying. Like if I compare it to like that, like yeah, you gave him some money, but what did you tithe and offer to something that you want God to do, or that you want God to grow or nurture or change inside of yourself? Like you just came to church, received a word, and went home with the same attitude, went home with the same mentality. Not saying that people that come to church and don't tithe don't receive a word, but I kind of get what he's saying. Like, are you sacrificing something for a better version of you? Like, and one of the best ways to do that is let go of your money. And that's hard, because we work hard for our money. But that's what makes it righteous. Money means nothing to you. God means everything to you. And if you believe in the ministry that you're under, that person, that pastor, is guiding you into a better version of you, you love their ministry. You love their ministry. You love how they encourage you, and they're helping you walk a better path in life. Then why not? You have to in order to get something in life, you have to sacrifice something. Everything is not given to you. You're going to sacrifice time or something. So, one of the most valuable things on this earth that you can sacrifice is your money. I'll sacrifice these few dollars, God, because I appreciate you. I thank you for leading me to this man of God or this woman of God in ministry where they can minister and help encourage me to keep going to become a better person. God, I don't have it like that. But this church has blessed me. This church has blessed me. So I'm going to sacrifice these $10, God, so that this ministry can keep growing. Do you know it's a selfless thing? I see it. You selfless, like it's kind of like you're saying, I'm not too good to, God has blessed me. I still got a roof over my head. I got my car. I got my house. I got this. I got that. You got a little extra $10 that you're going to get a blunt with. But instead, I'm going to give it to the Lord. And y'all be too much worried about what these pastors and preachers do with y'all money. That y'all worried about the wrong thing. Even though, it is your money still. If you, like I said, if you trust the ministry you're under, that you're tithing and giving your tithe and offers in your time to, then it should not be a problem. I trust y'all. And if the ministry mishandled it, guess what? God know your heart and God know theirs. So don't be worried about it. You're going to get blessed regardless. You sacrificed something and you expected something back from God. And one thing about God, we know God don't lie. Humans tell lies. But God don't tell no lies. God don't lie. God don't make up stories either. The Lord is going to bless you. And people are like, yeah, but the pastor got blessed. Da, 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 da. It's still God's house. It's still God's house. God can take the life of the person running that house and put somebody else over it. It's still God's house. And the people still paid for it. And that's okay. We're supposed to be bringing in souls and saving souls and providing a place where people want to come and worship. Also, to me, I was raised up in the country in South Georgia. To me, you can have church outside. You don't really need a building to have no church. I met a guy up here in Atlanta, a Caucasian man. He's never had a church, ever. He has church outside all 4 seasons. All 4 seasons. If I'm not mistaken, he do not collect the offering either. I thought that, if I'm not mistaken, when he stood up in church and said that one time, when I say my heart, you know how many people out here complain about, y'all don't know, but you know how many people out here, you know how many people out here won't even go to church if the AC broke. They ain't gonna get God on time. The water out. But you got this person who, in the rain, sleet, snow, and the heat, 4 different seasons for years and years and years, just to preach the word of gospel, to encourage people that there is love out there in the world, and you keep going. I thought that was some of the realest thing I've ever seen. I did. It's so many black churches, we were talking about this Sunday, with nasty attitudes. People in church spirits be so nasty, causing people not even want to come to church. And you got people like this man having church outside. That's real ministry. That's real ministry. You don't need no church. You can have God anywhere. You don't need no tithes and offering because we ain't got no building. I do this out of the kindness of my heart. And that's real. I ain't mean to cry, y'all, but I take stuff like this serious when we get to really breaking it down. Y'all need to stop worrying about other people and what they're doing with your tithe and offering. You pray and you ask God. That's why they say acknowledge God in all thy ways. Even when you tithe, ask God if you're not sure. God, should I tithe this? God will let you know. Y'all need to start acknowledging God in all thy ways. That includes when you want to tithe something you're not sure. God will let you know if it's right or wrong. God will let you know. But at the same time, if you want to tithe, don't be overthinking it. Just go ahead and do it. Make your sacrifice. Make your sacrifice so that you plant the seed, so that you can reap the harvest. I'm gonna do. I think this ain't gonna go nowhere. Shawnee, continue to be a first lady and hold down your husband. Do not respond on this or nothing like that. I think social media just reading into it a little too deep. I heard what the man said. You could give the charity to charity all day, but what are you pouring yourself into? What are you, Now, some folks, let me go read the comments while we here. Somebody said, whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. Proverbs 19:17. Hey, I ain't never said you couldn't get blessed. I gave y'all an example already. But your attitude could be real nasty. It's so many things other than money that you could ask the Lord to work on you. I'm just saying. If people think because you give to the poor that you'll get a reward back in money, it didn't say that money. It said God will reward you. So that don't mean you're getting any type of money back. God never said he was giving you money. God just said that he will reward you. So at the same time, what are you expecting to get a reward back from God? I think that's what he means when most people give the homeless. They don't expect nothing back. Nothing. It's kind of like here. Because you're really giving it out the kindness of your heart. You're going to put a prayer on there? What? What are you going to do with it? Somebody said, beware of false prophets. This is why you read the Bible at home. Yep, y'all got to start reading that Bible at home too. Getting closer with God so that you can have a discerning spirit for this type of stuff. You got to acknowledge God in all thy ways. See, take my advice, go find somebody who doing church outside. It don't get no realer than that. Somebody who don't take no offering up either. It don't get no realer than that. We all making a sacrifice here and gonna be here for the Lord. We all making a sacrifice here. Rain, sleet, snow, sun. I'm gonna keep up with this story. I'm gonna also go back and try to watch the full thing so I can get a good gist of what he's saying. But y'all lay out the pastor. He just trying to encourage y'all. I don't know what he trying to encourage y'all. No, do not take things out of context. Keep it within the context. They say he got a $3 million, some allegedly church built, some $1 million church built, and the saints help pay for it and all. If the saints want this type of place to worship and they trust their leader in ministry to guide them into this direction, and they want to pour into that, allow them to. They will be blessed too. Now, if he run off with their money, guess what? God saw it. God bless you. You did what you supposed to do. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You don't get in trouble for what the pastor do. Now, you get blessed by doing what you supposed to do. Y'all have heard of Jaguar Wright, right? Jaguar Wright, you one line motherfucker. Let me just say that. You go around spreading lies and rumors on people with no facts, no proof. Just be talking because you was on Jayz's song. And everybody, I've heard a few people say, well, Jaguar Wright has been yet to be called a lie. All these people she's talking about, why would they even acknowledge a lie? There's no proof, there's no credit. She ain't even been in the game that deep. Anyways, Jaguar Wright went on Pier Morgan's show talking shit about Jay-Z and Beyonce. And Pier has came out with an apology, apologizing to Beyonce. Allegedly, Beyonce sent him a cease and desist letter in the mail, allegedly. And now he has to retract because he done went and did a little research and found out that Jaguar Wright is a fraud. Hello? You should have known. All these black outlets that don't invite Jaguar to talk about anything. She go sit on people's couches who are not relevant and cater to those out there that want to hear these lies. Yeah, it's one guy couch. He done gave her an award and all kinds of shit, thanking her for coming over there, spreading those lies. He the only one that keep her on that couch and keep interviewing her. Now you done came out with an apology. So we're going to hear what he got to say.
Think about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored, but like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too, and we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
So Pier has issued an apology, and as you should. Let her lying ass get up there and tell all them lies about them fucking people who just sad. Just sad. My whole thing with black people though, why? Why do we sit around and applaud people like Jaguar Wright? Why? It's like y'all slick want these things to be true. Why? What has Jay-Z and Beyonce done? We barely got black people out here that are credible and working to represent us in a good light. And it's like, y'all really want to go inside of their bedrooms and dig through their skeleton closet and try to find something and say, oh, well, we found something here. Why are we even in here looking? Like, it's the malicious intent for me, black people. Why are y'all maliciously intending to tear these two successful black people down? Why? We haven't seen any proof of none of these allegations. So why do y'all, it looks like y'all want this to be true. Y'all want to bury this man for what? What has he done? We got to stop doing that to each other. That's some slave mentality type of shit. What kick do we get out of that? We not getting paid. All this is for free. I don't know. We should never be doing this to each other, bro. And the white folks just sitting back laughing. Coming to you, let you tell it all. Y'all know it all. We're going to build a case and put them away. It's so slavery to me. I'm telling y'all, like, sometimes I be thinking, like, it just, in my head, like, you going to walk right on over here to this white person. Tell it all. So they can scoop the black person up. And then you can go back and be like, yep, they got him. We'll never see y'all do this to white people at all. And all the shit they do. Y'all should definitely be intending maliciously to dig through their closets and they done dirty laundry and expose them to the law. Instead, y'all want to get your own and help them out. Why? The Breakfast Club reacts to Jay-Z and Beyonce threatening Piers Morgan with illegal action following his interview with Jaguar Wright. Quote, the reason they didn't ignore it this time is because of the platform it was on. That's why I'm like, y'all gave her a platform, to a real platform, not a little YouTube something like what we doing here. This ain't nothing. Y'all gave her a real live broadcasted platform for her to sit there and talk about them like that. Come on, bro.
No, now because anybody can get on TikTok, YouTube, wherever, and have conversations and allege things or whatever. I think people think throwing the word allegedly out there protects you from certain things. But just because someone has a platform, I think broadcasters and certain journalists and people are put on certain shows and just platformed a little bit differently than these people who are just on YouTube or whatever for a reason, and there's a responsibility.
Well, you got to do your due diligence, and his team should have did the due diligence. And a lot of times, people do slip through the cracks. There's things that you don't see and don't find out until later on. But I mean, when people are making claims like the way people are making claims, you have to do your due diligence to make sure that if you're having that person on your platform, which is a huge platform, that you're putting out the proper and correct news.
Well, the problem is people don't understand platforms, and I'm putting platforms in parentheses, like
quotations. You mean?
Yeah,
you said parentheses.
Yeah, quotations.
You said parentheses.
Yeah, quotations.
That
you threw up Crip sign just now. And I don't know. That was wild weird. But anyway, you can't sue YouTube. You can't sue,
which is crazy.
I will just say though, like
I'm with them. Who gave her a platform to even go and do this? And somebody gave her a platform. Now it's beginning to become serious. Now I could, because it's one thing to be on YouTube like this. It's another thing to have a whole corporation, a whole business spreading lies on somebody that's a platform. Like, you're on television. Not just YouTube, where you and I can put our phones up and give our opinion. Because that's all they took it as on YouTube, as an opinion. Soon as we get on mainstream media, like Pier Morgan, The Breakfast Club, they can be sued for lies that they're putting out on people. Can. That's why they usually just post what's in the media, not come up there and say they said something. Nah, this is what they're saying that's already out there in the media. What Jaguar was doing was like she knows some info that she's telling. We need to stop doing this to each other. We are better than this, black people. We are better and stronger than this. We need to stop tearing each other down. I love us for real. Even though I know the feeling ain't mutual like that. A lot of black people say they love us. No, you love your family. You know, you may like with the neighborhoods you grew out of. You know, you thankful for, you knowing your roots a little bit. But a lot of y'all ain't kinfolks around here. You know what they say, kinfolk ain't skinfolk. And that is so true. Just cause, we all look alike around here don't mean that y'all down. Just cause we look alike don't mean y'all down with me. You'll turn your back on me. Not saying all. I'm just saying it's happening. All right, we got enough time for one more, y'all. One more. All right, black people, we're gonna do better. Diddy files new appeal agreeing to submit weekly drug tests if he is released on bond. Diddy doing whatever he gotta do to get up out of there. He doing whatever he gotta do to get up out of there. Diddy ain't not letting you go. They think you finna try to run like Russell Simmons did over there to Bali. And then they gotta come track you down. You ain't never coming back to America. They still could subpoena you, I think. Didn't Russell have somebody roll up on him with a court case or something? I don't know. But they think you're a flight risk. Speaking of Diddy, it's a woman out there that is alleging that he, sexually assaulted her, and she's suing for some money. Now, she came out a few weeks ago crying and hooping and hollering. Crying, hooping and hollering, saying that Diddy and his security guard touched on her or something like that, allegedly. It just didn't seem authentic from the get-go. It all just didn't seem authentic. Then the security guard came out and said he didn't work for Diddy in the 2000s because she said she was raped, I think in the early 2000s, allegedly. He worked for Diddy's in the late 90s. He didn't work for Diddy in the 2000s. He don't know this woman. He's never seen this woman a day in his life. He don't know why this woman would add his name into this. And I reported this to y'all a few weeks ago. Now, this woman's ex-boyfriend says that he was offered $3 million from the alleged victim to go along with her story. So, this don't look too good for Miss Mamas. This don't look too good for her. Finally, I see something that sounds and looks about correct. This adds up. One thing about the truth, I was taught by my mom. One thing about the truth, it adds up. One thing about the truth, it adds up. And this added up quite quickly. She's lying. And it's sad to say because it watered down the pool for people who actually are telling the truth here. If there is any truth out there to some of these things, it really puts a lot of water, juice, coffee, and everything else on top of that. So, no. But a good job to the boyfriend for coming forward, the ex-boyfriend coming forward saying, hey, I'm not with this. She calling me, asking me to lie. Her case is dismissed. So, shout out to Diddy. I'm still praying for you. I'm still praying for you. All right, y'all. All right. Everything you heard here today is based off opinion and observation. Allegations brought to you by the media for deep conversation, laughs, and giggles. I would like to thank each and every last one of you all for tuning in today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't already, follow me on all social media platforms. Instagram is the.jq.show. Facebook is Jaquavius Martin, and TikTok is the JQ Show. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you all later. Yeah.